Welcome to week 4 in our series In the Waiting Room. This coming week, we are going to study Psalms chapter 17. And as always, I would love for you to read the Psalms first before listening to the video. If there is one thing that people don't like to do today, it's wait. I was talking about this just a few weeks ago with some of my girlfriends and getting to hear how they related to this, what things they didn't like to wait on. We can have an instant answer by going to Google and have hundreds and thousands of answers, in fact. If we don't want to shop long retail lines and hour after hour going store to store looking for that right outfit that we want, we can just go online, push a button, order it, get it sent to the house. If we want to see how a friend is doing, we can check her Facebook status and know pretty much what she's up to. But if we really need to talk to her and she's not home, we simply text. And within a short bit of time, there's been a reply, that little ding of a bell that goes off that says, you have mail. And it's kind of exciting to read that message. My husband's favorite, he loves to call ahead to restaurants that take reservations or call ahead and arrive at the restaurant to sit down for one of our favorite meals and not have to wait for it. What are some of the things that you love not waiting for? Every day, we're bombarded with messages that say, you don't have to wait. You should not have to wait. In fact, you deserve not to wait. As I thought about this lesson this week, I thought about this. God does not operate any different in the 21st century than he did in the first. You can't rush him. He doesn't do it any faster. He has a perfect plan and a perfect time. And I think because we so much want and have this in our lives of this instant gratification, that when it comes to waiting on God, it does get difficult for us. We may spend waiting our time on a job offer. We may wait on a diagnosis. We may wait on Mr. Right to come along. We may wait for a certain date on the calendar to arrive. We may wait for pain to go away. We may wait for a court decision, whatever it is. Waiting is not easy, and we don't like it. I often find that when I am writing a study or preparing to talk to women at a conference or a night out at a women's function, as I'm writing it, God takes me literally through experience what I'm writing. I think that there is a humor about him that says, Kath, you know what? I want you to experience for yourself so that you're very relatable, exactly what it is you're talking about. And for sure, this happened to me as I wrote this lesson. I was actually writing this a little over a week ago and was filming last week's lesson at the same time. And as I was getting ready to do last week's video, nothing went right. There was poor lighting. I wanted to go outside, but it was freezing cold, and the right lighting inside the house just did not seem right. The video camera that I have is brand new for that week, and I had just gotten it, and I had a hard time learning it. I didn't want to wait on having to learn it. I wanted that immediate gratification of saying, let's get this film done. Not that I don't enjoy doing this, I really do, but I had some other fun things that I wanted to do that afternoon. But that wasn't God's plan. He, I think, had this great little chuckle as he was saying, watch, I want you to learn this lesson and really see it for yourself. And that I did. I ended up having to put my head back for just a minute in the chair when everything was going wrong and say to myself, okay, let's go back and think about what it was about that lesson that you're writing about, how you want that immediate gratification and you can't rush God. And that was one of those moments where as I closed my eyes and I prayed about it and thought through my notes, I just really felt a peace come over me. I also fell asleep and took a nap. And when I woke up, the lighting was perfect. the camera, and everything I needed to have happen with it just went so well. And I sped through that video and it was done. And I thought, okay, this is great. I have had to put forth learning this lesson for myself as I've done over and over, but God was teaching it to me again. I call these moments redeeming the time when you don't want to wait, or redeeming the time while you wait. So while it is our natural indication, or inclination, I should say, which is driven faster today by all that we can have immediately, while it's our natural inclination to hate this period of waiting, this period of uncertainty can really be a time of real personal growth in our relationship with the Lord. I like to call, as I stated before, this growing in my relationship with the Lord a redeeming of the time while I wait. So often we get anxious for the next step. We want it here already, and we feel despair in the waiting. James 1:4 tells us, let patience have her perfect work. We can use these waiting periods as useful periods to draw us closer to our relationship with the Lord. Let Him chisel away those areas that are weak in our life and mold us to look more like Him. Prepare us for the answer that He is bringing to us when He is ready to answer it. We started to talk a little bit about this last week. We saw in Psalms chapter 15 that while we wait, we can be working on allowing God to show us how to walk in integrity. And this week, we're going to continue that topic, not of integrity, but what to do while we wait, how we redeem that time, and what we do when it's not easy to wait. Let me say this. I think we all know it. Waiting is not a piece of cake. So as I studied Psalms chapter 17, as we're going to do this week, I found 6 nuggets to remember when we're going through that waiting period, what to remember when it's not easy. And finding these little treasures tucked in these Psalms have just made these Psalms come alive for me. It's taken it to beyond David crying out in his hopelessness or his feelings of despair, pouring out to God about his problems. It's going beyond that to really seeing what else he writes past writing that. And when you do that, you find things like I found this week, these nuggets of hope, these nuggets that challenge us to think about our present circumstances, these nuggets that give us power and that calm us and make our hearts just to rejoice in the fact that while we're waiting, we can be working and redeeming that time, but also be still in our hearts. This coming week, as always, Tuesday and Thursday, I'm going to send you my notes. On Tuesday, we're going to discuss 3 of the nuggets. And on Thursday, I'm going to bring you the other 3. I hope you have a great week. And know this, I am praying for you as you study. And I would love to hear your comments on the website. Be sure to click on the comment section and just share with me what it is God's teaching you this week as you study this. It just encourages my heart so much to hear from you, and I look forward to it. Bye. Have a great week.